Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Moving Forward podcast. We are joined by Michael Gottschalk and Son Samples again, and we're going to be recapping a little NBA free agency today. So we're going to do winners and losers. And Michael, how about you start with your winners? You're raving that you have some great ones.
All right. Thank you. First winner, 36-year-olds. Now, I know we all heard about the Lakers picking up a bunch of dudes, but it was just a great day, great couple days overall for 36-year-olds. Chris Paul got a massive contract at the age of 36, which will make he's going to be the highest paid player based on contracts in NBA history. Jimmy Butler's new contract means he'll make 50 million at 36. And then there's also like 12 36-year-olds that just got signed to the Lakers. So big day for 36-year-olds. I said it was the biggest win for 36-year-olds since Lululemon's mid-year sale, since Whole Foods started selling macadamia nut milk, since Starbucks stopped using plastic straws, since HBO Max added all of the Harry Potter movies.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a lot of wins.
A lot of
Yeah.
wins. 36.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's right up
36-year-olds. They're winning big time.
No, that was actually one of my first thoughts when I saw all the free agency. I was just blown away by the amount of Starbucks loving, Harry Potter loving people that are getting signed. But one of the biggest things to me is just the Lakers. The sheer amount of people they have on their roster. I think it's over half, 7 or 8, over at least 32.
I got right here LeBron, Ariza, Gasol, and Jared Dudley are all 36 right now. Dwight turns 36 in December, and then Melo's 37. They're like the cast of Friends.
It's a big hit or miss, honestly. That's like we'll probably dive into the Lakers more as the episode goes on, but it's a lot of experience, which you can view on like very good on one hand, but it's a lot of potential injury that we've seen Davis be prone to, LeBron in the past couple of years be prone to. So it's a real boomer bust roster.
Well, I don't want to hear this negative energy when they're NBA champions. But first of all, the average age of the Nets is a whole year older than the average age of the Lakers. That might help that there is 20-year-old Taylor Horton Tucker and like 22-year-old Malik Monk. But I will not take this slander. The Lakers will be NBA champions once again.
Really?
I believe.
Yep. That one decimal point. Well, I think the Nets have a way better roster, but we can continue.
Yeah, the Nets, they really made their bench a whole lot better. But I think the Lakers, they still have to be one of the favorites. Like, they made their team better, even if they got worse on defense a little bit.
Yeah, as a resident Lakers hater and a LeBron hater for life, as I looked in the roster more, I became sadder and sadder and realizing how good it actually is and how well constructed it is. And I think it'd be crazy to say, like, any team besides the Bucks, Nets, and the Lakers are going to be the favorites for the NBA championship next year. There's really no other option. Those are the three clear best teams. I don't even know what the Bucks should be in that category because they got slightly lucky to get to the finals in the first place. They took 2 James Harden and Kyrie Irving injuries to even get there, and 1 foot by Kevin Durant to allow them to get to the finals. So, yeah, it's going to be a big run next year, and I'm praying for Lakers Nets championship.
Yeah, was there a single team in the Western Conference except for probably the Warriors who got better this offseason? Because I'm trying to think, besides the Lakers and maybe the Warriors, was there a single team that drastically got a whole lot better to be able to compete for an NBA championship in the Western Conference?
No, I don't think in the West anybody really got too much better. That brings me to that leads me right into my first loser, which was parity. Because it's really just it's a 3-team league now again, which kind of stinks after how much great basketball we had this year.
Yeah, we got our 1 year of NBA parity, and then they took it right away again. So let's embrace last year, and I don't know. It sucks, but the finals, I saw a TikTok today of what the finals matchup would be next year at the Lakers and Nets. It kind of hyped me up. It's like Kyrie, James Harden, Kevin Durant, LeBron, AD, Carmelo, all the big names in it. I'd break the finals viewing record for sure.
Yeah, it'd be really, really cool. I think the Nuggets, coming back to my point, I think the Nuggets have a chance to do it. I think that they improved with just Jamal Murray coming back, maybe Michael Porter getting a little bit better. But besides that, I think it's pretty clear cut and dry that there should be 3 to maybe 4 teams who should be heavily bet on to win the NBA championship. Like, it's not going to be a whole Bucks thing. I think before the season started, the Bucks were 7th best odds to win the finals. And I don't see it being any of the teams out of the top 3, as like I said, the Bucks, the Nets, the Lakers, maybe even the Warriors should be up there too. And then the Miami Heat, who have had a huge offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would kind of translate right into my first winner in free agency is the Heat. I think they had a great offseason. Obviously, Kyle Lowry was their biggest signing. He was being sought after by a ton of teams. I think he can make them legit contenders in the East. They retained Duncan Robinson. They had a couple smart veteran signings with Markieff Morris. They had also retained Victor Oladipo. They had Precious Achiuwa. They still got Bam on contract. Like, they're a pretty solid team. But with all that being said, I put a big caveat into this. They now have $30 million tied up in 2 35-plus-year-olds in Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry, and then one very one-dimensional player in Duncan Robinson, who's really only proven to be – he's an outstanding shooter, probably one of the best in the league, but that's all he really does. So that's a lot of money to be tied up in 3 players and even more money tied up in Bam. So that's 4 – I don't even know how much money he makes a year, but I got to say it's probably over $400 million in just 4 players. So – they're making a run at it, which you got to respect for a team. I mean, the Bulls are doing a similar thing, but I don't even know if it makes them top team in the East. I don't know if all that money's worth it, but hey, I still like the shot they took in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes them better, but I don't think like it's gonna do. It's not pushing them over the edge. Like they'll definitely be maybe. I mean, depending on what Philly does, but they'll probably be like 3rd, 4th, 5th in the East, probably right around in that range. But I can't see them beating Milwaukee or Brooklyn in the playoffs again.
No.
But I mean, like you can't just like throw away the team. So they had to do something, and they did it. Good for them.
I do think last year, I think Kyle Lowry got drastically worse. I think what we saw from Tyler here, or not drastically, he's definitely declining, not as good as what he used to be. His body's taken so many blows. I think Tyler Hero has definitely shown that he's not as good as he actually is. I think he's still a really decent NBA piece. I just don't think that he's going to be that 3rd star that the Miami Heat maybe thought he was in the bubble. Oladipo also, he claims that he's going to make a big run at the 2022 free agency, but last year on the Heat, he was injury prone and didn't really do too well. And Precious Achiuwa was actually traded to Toronto as part of that sign and trade.
So you guys right, Sydney. I forgot about that.
But yeah.
Well, in defensive, I'll do a couple caveats for that too. In defense of Kyle Lowry, they did have to play in Tampa an entire year last year. I think that would drain any player. Like they didn't actually get to play in the Air Canada Center. They didn't have a hometown crowd, which is a big part of Toronto's team. And in regards to Victor Oladipo, he's kind of an add-on at this point. Like, if he's good, that kind of takes the Heat to another level. So if he can get some sort of that play he had with the Pacers a while back. But if he's bad, they don't really need him particularly. But it's just kind of a add-on, I guess. But, yeah, I do agree with you, though. Kyle Lowry, he's still 35 years old. And you never know what you're going to get out of them. You can get a Chris Paul season, or you can just have an injury-prone, slow Kyle Lowry, which isn't going to do much.
I mean, my thing with that was like, how much better does Kyle Lowry's obviously better than Goran Dragic, but like, how much better does it really make you to have Lowry over Dragic? And also, like, I don't really think Oladipo and Jimmy Butler are a good fit together. I mean, it's 2 dudes who don't really like play on the perimeter. They're very ball dominant. I don't know. They're kind of a weird thing. I think Oladipo was an interesting add-on.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what you're going to get out of Oladipo. He's just kind of been a weird player for the past 3 years. I thought he looked like a star in the playoffs when he was playing against LeBron and the Cavs, and he was looking great. He had like a whole career resurgence, but we just haven't seen that since. So we'll be interested to see how this team gels and how they use them. Because they got a lot of shooting guards on their team now.
Yeah. I guess at the end of last season, Victor Oladipo was technically a 1. But just to wrap up on the whole Oladipo talk, I think for what you signed him for, like Sean said, it's just an add-on. If you would have paid him like $10, $12 million, I would have been a little dumbfounded, especially with the last couple of years he's had. But paying him only the mid-level exception around $9 million, $8 million, I don't think it's too bad. I would take that 100 times out of 100. But moving on to my first winner, and I think it's actually the New York Knicks. I think the Knicks got out of this free agency pretty good. I don't love the Evan Fournier move, but I see why it was needed. I think he adds another set of scoring to you. And I think that's kind of what they missed last season. They struggled scoring in the playoffs against Atlanta, who wasn't really that great of a defensive team. And they get Kemba Walker for basically nothing. So I really like their moves. They brought back Alec Burks. I like Alec Burks. They brought back Derrick Rose. And if a healthy year of Mitchell Robinson, I think this is a pretty good team. I think they're clearly going to make the playoffs again next year. And I think that this is a team, if they do really, really well next season, could covet a really, really good free agent in 2022.
Well, it's interesting you say that because I had the Knicks as one of my losers. And I do think they're going to be a decent team. I think they're going to be like 6th in the East again. But this was the wrong year to put a bunch of money into kind of mid-tier free agents. Like, the East is packed with talent all of a sudden. And they tied up a bunch of money in an old Derrick Rose. They put $40 million into Nerlens Noel, which is one of the worst signings of free agency. I don't understand that move at all. They've retained Alec Burks, and they've signed Fournier, like you said. But Fournier, he's not that good. I mean, he's okay. I don't know what he's going to bring to the team that they already didn't have last year. Then Kemba Walker, he's been injury-prone for how long now? 3-4 years? Now he's got Tibbs as his coach, who's notoriously runs his players in the ground. I just don't see how this is going to work out.
Yeah, I like the Kemba addition, but like you said, I think they really overpaid for a lot of their guys, like particularly Derrick Rose and Noel. Like, I just don't know who was going to go throw that kind of money at them. You got to spend the money when you have it, but I don't know. They really tied it up for some longer term contracts. But I do think Kemba solves a little bit of their offensive problem if he can stay healthy. And I think you can, like, the Knicks were one of the best defensive teams in the league last year, so you can hide a lot of those flaws.
I just don't think that any of those contracts are untradeable. I think like you need contracts that are around that 12 to $15 million range, which is what most of the players were played, to make trades for big free agents work. So even if they don't sign anybody, they can still offer a pretty exceptional package for a player like Damian Lillard. It's not that unfeasible to put together a couple of contracts with also younger players' contracts and picks to make something like that work. You have to find a way to get to the $45 million a year that either a Damian Lillard or a player like that is being paid. So I don't think they're the worst signings in the world. I would agree that I wouldn't have done it to 3 to 4 years like a lot of their contracts were. I would have stuck to the 2-year range probably. That's the part that I'm a little confused about, but I do like this team better than 6th in the East. I think off the top of my head, Bucks, Nets, Heat, maybe Atlanta, they kind of hit lightning in a bottle last year. Maybe a couple other teams thrown there could be a little bit weird, but I kind of do like this Knicks. I do like this Knicks team maybe a little bit better than the Bulls. Weird take,
really,
but I think I do.
Wow, I like the Bulls a whole lot better than the Knicks. I mean, they shit the bed. I mean, especially with how Julius Randle played in the playoffs. I don't know.
Yeah,
and like
sorry, Mike.
No, I just looked it up. Like, I don't know how you pay Nerlens Noel $10 million a year. Like, he's mid. He's good. He's not a good player, really.
Yeah, you have players like Drummond that just got signed for $6 million.
Yeah, like you can't tell me. Drummond signed for like the veterans minimum.
You can find centers like that, veteran. You can find a JaVale McGee just laying around for $2-3 million. I don't know why.
Nerlens Noel is better than JaVale McGee.
But they still function in the
low
same
bar
way.
Though. That's low bar. Yeah, like they're athletic centers who like protect the paint. And
Nerlens Noel was very, very good on defense last year and was one of the main reasons why they were such a good defensive team. I agree.
I don't get that.
He's also injury prone. I don't know.
For $10 million a year though, like I just can't.
We just saw Plumlee get $8 million a year before
which
that.
I don't like.
Significantly better than Plumlee.
Like that. I hated it.
I don't know. The market for centers right now blows my mind a little bit. We'll talk about that later when I get to my least favorite signing.
Okay, so I'll do another one of my winners, and that is wives of players who just signed gigantic extensions. So a couple of years ago, Ayesha Curry came out and said how she felt like she wasn't getting enough attention for being hot and how Steph Curry got all the attention for being a good basketball player. So I think that this $200 million that Steph just got is going to go right into some nice ass implants, some nice titty jobs. And I think Ayesha Curry is going to make a strong push for comeback sexy wife of the year in 2022. I always thought she was pretty attractive, but now she's going to be off the top. She's going to basically be a Kardashian next year.
Yeah, good for Ayesha. She's the real winner in that one.
That's what I was worried about in free agency. How big is Ayesha Curry's ass going to get this offseason?
Yeah.
It seems like it's swinging that way, though. Her name hasn't been in the news in a while, so let's see how much of that contract's going right into her body.
You know how LeBron puts like $1 million a year into his body or whatever, or $5 million. I think hers might be upward of that money. I think exactly $10 million of Steph's annual salary is going to go right into how much can we make Ayesha Curry look like a sex robot from the future.
They got on like those hydrochronic labs, just hooked up with the mask, just Steph in there like a doctor trying to figure out how I can improve it.
I'll be running the focus groups on what parts of her body need to improve, and then we'll just
You're in
adjust
there
them.
too.
He should spend some of that money on like a bionic knee for Clay too, though.
Yeah, I would put that all into Clay.
Yeah, give everything you can to Clay. Because I think the Warriors could be really good next year.
Yeah, not a lot of people are talking about them, but they have a lot of potential. But I'm going into my winner now, which is 90s basketball enthusiasts, because I know I just shit on the Knicks for a solid 5 to 10 minutes, but the Knicks and the Bulls have competent teams at the same time for the first time in a long time, except for that one Melo year where he was good and they won like 50 games. But other than that, it's been a long time. The other night I was actually watching a 90s Knicks versus Bulls Jordan's nickel game, actually. It's just kind of, I don't know, it was nostalgic. I like it. Hopefully they get a playoff series against each other. That'd be fun to watch.
That would be
I would love to watch the Knicks win that playoff series. It'd be great.
I would love to watch that hard-fought 6 games that the Bulls spent so much money on.
All right. And now that was actually one of my losers too, is just Knicks fans, because just looking on Twitter and all the hope they have for just signing Kemba Walker, they act like they won the NBA championship today.
Yeah, he's a New York guy too, though.
Yeah,
I think they were happy about that, but yeah,
10 years ago,
like
I super happy.
I don't even understand like the Bulls fans' happiness, because like they just
I don't understand how their team's gonna work.
It's not like they push themselves from low mediocre to high mediocre. Like they're not gonna they'll either like have a great 6 games in the semis against the Knicks or the Hawks or something like that, or they're gonna get the shit beat out of them by the Bucks or the Nets. So
like, unless Lonzo is a drastically better shooter, I don't get how the spacing in this offense will work. I really don't. Patrick Williams cannot hit threes. DeMar DeRozan isn't the best 3-point shooter. Zach LaVine's favorite thing is to shoot threes. He likes to drive and do mid-range shots. Lonzo's looking to facilitate and kick out. Like, I would argue that maybe their best 3-point shooter on that team could be Vucevic.
I mean, like LaVine's good, and like Lonzo shot. I mean, I think he shot like 38% or something last year, but he's just not like
he's a very efficient 3-point shooter now.
Yeah, I think he made more than Bradley Beal last year, actually.
That's my stat. I think the Bulls have potential to work, but I don't think it takes them over the top. So
yeah,
pouring all the money into it, you finally want to have a competent team. You saw an opportunity to improve, but it just is a bad time to try to be good in the East. You can't beat Brooklyn. Like, they have 3 future Hall of Famers on their team. Like, and the best bench in the NBA now, weirdly enough. Like, the moves they made this offseason are insane. Their draft was crazy. So it sucks because I like the Bulls team. They're going to be fun to watch offensively, but defensively, they have a lot of holes as well.
Well, moving on to one of my losers, it is pick and roll lovers. The NBA is a dominantly pick and roll league, and I think almost every single team loves the pick and roll. They run it almost every single possession, but you want to watch some really good basketball next year, you're going to turn on a 76ers game. You're going to see Ben Simmons up top, his defender sitting off 10 feet, Drummond's defender sitting off 10 feet while he sets a screen on absolutely nobody, and they both rolled the basket at the same time just to get stopped. So my hate is pick and roll lovers, because watching Drummond and Simmons run a pick and roll next year is going to make some basketball coaches want to fucking blow their brains out.
This was actually Joel Embiid was one of my winners, because he is the landowner of hundreds of pristine acres of land in Andre Drummond's head. That was so funny to me. Did you see it came out on Twitter today of them like meeting up in the gym, and Joel just looks like, why the fuck is this guy here?
Oh, he looks hilarious. So pissed. I was about to bring that video up too. There's nothing in Joel Embiid's face from that video that tells me that he's excited about Andre Drummond being there. It was kind of like that look you give someone, you're like, okay. kind of know you, still hate you, but all right, fine. You can sit on the bench and watch me play. Like, it doesn't make sense. Their offense is going to be, like you said, it's going to be like a walkthrough at basketball practice. He's not going to pick anyone. No one's covering Simmons on the 3-point line, and no one gives a shit if Andre Drummond picks and pops. So they can just sit in the paint and just allow both of them to do whatever they want to do. Like, it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, but just remember, Simmons is working on his game. He skipped the Olympics to work on his shot, and I bet you it's improving a lot.
We already got the first video that came out of him like hitting 15-foot turnaround jump shots in a wide open gym the other day. So it seems like it's already getting better. Yeah,
those
we've already seen it.
Yeah,
those
translate. I feel like Simmons is the guy that goes to the gym and like just sits down for like 2 hours and then takes a picture of like his shoes and the basketball court in the background and then calls it a day. Like,
he's the guy. He's the guy who hits like one set of curls and then puts them down and like looks on his phone for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think he's the guy that goes to the gym and only shoots half quarters because why actually work on your game? You're just there to have some fun, you know?
He does seem like he's there for a good time.
Yeah.
He's the kind of dude to like have his basketball hoop at home set up to like 8 feet and only dunk.
He just works on his own dunks.
Yeah. And only like to pass them up in the playoffs.
He just gets Doc Rivers on the phone on like FaceTime. His trainer's holding it. He's like, "Hey, Doc, look at this." And it's just him banging out on an 8-foot rim. He's like, "I'm really improving, Doc."
10 out of 10 Aussie accent there. That was good stuff.
Thank you, mate.
He just sits there and makes Kylie Jenner watch him dunk on a 7-foot hoop and has her graded. He's like, "This is what I would do in the playoffs."
He has
wouldn't be out of my way.
He has a Jenner like stand under the rim.
He's just practicing. He's practicing all his poke.
He's Euro step windmilling over. Yeah.
You just see his turnarounds. It's like 15 in a row, and it's just Caitlyn Jenner just checking him, and she's just like, "Check up, bitch." Just
the headline in Philly. The headline in Philly would be like, Ben Simmons crosses up a former Olympic athlete.
Gold medalist.
He's taking like Kylie down low in the post, and she's like, "Ben, can we please do something else? Thought we were going to dinner."
It's been 3 hours of you telling me what you would have done against the Hawks. You didn't do it.
Just take the layup next time, Ben.
Speaking of a missed layup, my team that I think might be either the first or second worst free agency, they had an awful draft, and now that's translating into an even worse free agency, is the Boston Celtics. Like, Brad Stevens, first off, you were a good coach. What are you doing as a GM? Because you're really sucking the knob on this one. I don't understand what they're doing. They're just letting guys like Fournier that they needed back just absolutely go. You had Moses Brown in a trade. That was a super nice young piece. You're trading him away now. I don't understand what they're doing. They traded Tristan Thompson. Good on you. But Enes Kanter's back for the second time in his last 4 teams. Like, this team, I know they have Tatum. I know they have Brown, but bold prediction, they're not making the playoffs next year.
Yeah, I was going to get to it later, but the Kanter signing is up there with one of my worst signings because it's hilarious. Because they traded Kanter last offseason to help clear room to sign Tristan Thompson. And now they're signing Kanter after dumping Thompson's contract. Like, they're doing a little game of like back and forth with these two. And they could have just kept Kanter from last offseason, saved all the hassle. And Kanter's last 4 teams in a row are the Blazers, the Celtics, back to the Blazers, and now back to the Celtics. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on with those.
He likes what he likes.
He knows
he does. He likes Portland and Boston the best. I just like, if I'm Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, I'm like, please get me the fuck out of here. Like, trade me anywhere else. Like, Boston they're going to have to go and do another full rebuild here pretty soon. I think the writing's on the wall for that. Unless Tatum or Brown get like insanely good this year.
They could sign Isaiah Thomas. That was rumored. So
yeah, but he's also been out of the league for 4 years.
But he dropped 65
in a pro-am. I did see that. Yeah.
So I don't know. That'd be funny if they just ran the whole entire 2017 Celtics back.
Yeah.
They already brought back Horford. Now they're going to get IT.
Oh, I forgot they did that.
Somehow get Crowder, sign and trade Crowder. Trade Jaylen Brown for Crowder. You don't need it. Just get the whole 2017 back. But
and Avery Bradley. They'll probably be on two separate teams, but package half of Jaylen Brown to Phoenix for Jay Crowder, and wherever Avery Bradley ends up is where the other half goes, and he plays every other day for a different team.
Boom. Executive of the year, Brad Stevens. Get it done.
Let's go Celtics. Idiots.
Well, I actually have one more loser before.
I have another loser too.
Okay. But my loser is Miami Instagram models. And because they no longer have the fattest ass in town because Kyle Lowry is now there.
That is a dumpy of all dumpies.
Just the biggest dumpy in the world coming there, stealing the shine. So that's a quick one. I just wanted to throw it out there. They no longer the kings of Miami or queens of Miami.
Kyle Lowry's the new queen of Miami.
Yeah.
A fat ass queen.
That thing is so freaking huge. That is such a fat ass. Like,
I don't know how it's possible.
Damn, boy, he thick.
Probably warms up.
Thick ass boy.
All right, my other loser.
So quick Kyle Lowry discussion.
Was anybody who annoyed LeBron by overvaluing themselves. Like Schroeder's about to get like a minimum contract. Drummond's playing for the minimum. Kuzma thought he was an all-star. Now he's about to play in a play-in game in Washington. Caruso got paid. Good for Caruso. But other than that, like everybody else thought they were the shit. And LeBron was like, I'll replace you immediately with somebody who's better than you.
They didn't even give him a chance too. It was like within the first 2 days. It was just shut the door on him immediately. But Caruso's sneaky bad loss for the Lakers. He was one of the best ever defenders last year. But
yeah, they couldn't afford him though with all that cream of wheat they're gonna have to buy with their new roster.
Hey, those vitamins cost a lot.
Yeah. Their budget for walkers just had to go way up.
Yeah, their walking boot budget is also probably pretty high too.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That was Horton Tucker and Malik Monk gonna hang out with in that locker room?
I don't know. They're just
everyone else got a full like 10 to 13 years on each of them. They're just gonna be hanging by themselves.
They're gonna have to like teach the rest of the team how to use Netflix.
Yeah. LeBron's calling over Talon to help him with his phone. Doesn't know how to turn the notifications on.
Hey Talon, how do I open a PDF?
How dare you? This slander is ridiculous. You know what I have to say? I have something to say. I want to say about this. I just want you guys to know. I'm trying to find the LeBron tweet from earlier today. Where is it?
I already saw it. I already saw it.
I wanted to read it. Oh God, where is it? I had it. It was the LeBron tweet. He's just like, I want you guys to know this disrespect will not be handled, and I will win. It's.
He was like telling him like he was saying like keep this disrespect when we're like pretty much winning, and then he threw in like a million of those like unnecessary emojis that LeBron likes to put in his messages.
This is why I hate him. I will always hate him.
I love it.
Twitter user maybe of all time.
Yeah,
the worst social media user.
You've never seen a Darren Rovell tweet?
They're tied. Somehow tied.
Shut the fuck up.
I will make a compilation of the worst LeBron.
Darren Rovell literally posted the video of JFK just getting shot in his head, and not like the one where you just see him slump over. It's like the real in-depth version of it. That is
okay. Well,
LeBron, you know what? He might be worse than LeBron.
No, because LeBron once talked to his older self. No, he talked to his younger self.
Oh, those two things are not comparable.
How many?
I don't care.
Yeah, something.
You know what?
Anyway, all right, let's move on.
Yeah. We're getting into some.
Yeah, so my last loser was anybody who annoyed LeBron by overvaluing themselves.
Oh.
Okay, well, let's do this quickly. Let's go around. Let's not drag this on any longer than we need to. Let's get on to our other topics. But real quickly, let's just all share our favorite signings of free agency and then our losers of free agency. So I'll do my winner first. I think it is Gary Trent Jr. I absolutely love that contract for the Raptors, first of all. Absolutely awesome. I think Gary Trent Jr. is going to be really, really good. I love the number that they paid him, only around $17 million a year. I like that value for them. I think he's going to be their starting 2 next year. Gary Trent Jr., awesome signing.
Okay, I'm going to go with Lonzo to the Bulls. I think that was a great signing by them. He's still 23 years old. He's a great defender, shoots the ball very well. He only seems to be improving every year. He's truly really never had a good shot at a season. He's never really had a normal season, I'd say. Year 1 was a disaster. Year 2, LeBron came in, decided within a half a second that he hated the whole team, traded them. Then year 3 and a new roster, Zion was hurt the entire season, so that wasn't a good year. Then last year was just a disaster overall for the Pelicans with Van Gundy and terrible free agency signings. So he's really had a shitty run of it in the NBA so far. So I'm happy to see he got a new start and on a nice competitive Bulls team, so we can see what he's made of and what he can do for this team.
Yeah, I like Lonzo too. My favorite was Malik Monk. The Lakers got him for pretty much nothing. 23-year-old shooter. He's a good athlete. He signed a minimum deal. Obviously brings their average age down. And also he's only on a 1-year contract. So, if he wins a ring, he can go get a big ass contract next year, kind of like Duncan Robinson did, who I looked it up. Duncan Robinson got $90 million and he averaged only 2 more points than Malik and shot a lower percentage. So
he had a tough year. He'll be better.
Well, I love all those signings. So my least favorite signing was Zach Collins. I trashed Zach Collins last episode. I think Sean and I did for a while, especially me. And I just don't get it. I would never pay that man $22 million. I wouldn't pay that man $5 million. I just don't like Zach Collins, and I don't know what the Spurs are doing.
I don't know. I think if he can stay healthy, he just doesn't stay healthy. It sucks to say, but it's a real boomer bust. But that was a big overpay for him. So, yeah, you kind of have to say that right now. But the Spurs are doing a whole youth movement right now, so it's good that they're leaning into it. He's a part of the process, I guess. But
they also signed Doug McDermott and Brent Forbes, so I don't.
Who knows? Yeah, it'll be a college all-star team in 2016.
Hopefully they don't play Doug McDermott over they're gonna play Doug McDermott over Keon Johnson and whoever other players they have, the younger players, and just tank them. I think the Spurs are just done.
Yeah, they're weird as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But that pick goes over. Overpaying for a big dude. My least favorite signing was Jared Allen. I think it's a bad contract. It's $100 million for a guy who averaged 13 and 10 on the third worst team in the league this year. This kind of money makes him the 5th highest played center in the league. And I don't even think he's a top 12 center. I know he has potential and I think he'd fit next to Mobley, but that's just so much money. And I have a hard time believing they couldn't have paid him less to keep him on the Cavs.
Yeah, I don't really know where else. What was his market?
That's what I'm saying.
Who are they outbidding for that one?
I strongly disagree. I really like the Jarrett Allen signing. I think he has tons of potential. I think he's one of the best defensive centers in the league. I think he fits well next to Mobley. I think you had to pay him that much to keep him. I think the Raptors were going to probably try to pay him that much money. So I like the signing, and I'll stand by it. If I'm wrong in a couple of years, I'm wrong. But I like what the Cavaliers did with Jarrett Allen. I think he's really good, and I think he could have been really good on the Nets if they didn't want to, try to trade him to get James Harden, which makes sense. I'd do it too, but I like it.
They're also in a good position with their front court because they got Mobley, who's going to be on a rookie contract. So they don't have too much actually tied up between those two. So I guess maybe their thought process was pay Jared Allen a little bit more, and we're still going to be under budget because we have a young Boston star Mobley. But I don't know. I don't get the paying centers money thing.
I don't really either. You saw Rudy Gobert is the highest paid center in the league, and you saw what Rudy Gobert did in the playoffs. You can't pay centers like that, really. It just doesn't make sense. Because let's say he's a great defensive player, but what if that offense never develops? Then you just have this dude who is pretty much Rudy Gobert light. I just don't love it. I just don't think it was. I just think you could have gotten him for a little cheaper, or if not, the Cavs are going to suck either way. So let him go.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right. I'll go right into my worst signing, and it's going to be Devonte Graham from the Pelicans because he's not that good. I don't know. I saw nothing but negative things from Hornets fans last year and Hornets Twitter. He's short, 6-foot guard. He's a good shooter. But the Pelicans, they needed a difference maker. They needed a Kyle Lowry-esque player. They needed a Goran Dragic-esque player. They didn't need the Devonte Graham. He's not going to make any difference on this team. And they gave up a first-rounder to get him.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. While he's a fine player, I just don't understand it. I don't understand why he had to give up a first-rounder to get him. So that would be my worst signing.
That was my second worst signing. He shot 38% from the field last year. Like I don't know why you would ever give up a first round pick for him.
And shooting threes is his only thing.
Yeah, he just
38% from the field.
Oh, I thought you said from the three.
Okay, that was weird. I don't know why it just kicked me for no apparent reason.
Yeah, it kicked me too. To like do an update. Fuck Zoom.
Yeah, I say we just keep this in. Fuck Zoom. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, Zoom can lick my.
Yeah. As we slowly join back in, Mike and I will do now a hatred and a spit take on Zoom.
Yo, Zoom, you suck.
Yeah, Zoom, you suck.
Unless you want to sponsor the pod.
Yeah, then they're more than happy to.
And Zoom, like I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I live like really close to your headquarters.
All right. Well,
back up and going.
Basically, what we were finishing with as we were cut off by Zoom trying to update halfway through our recording is Devonte Graham shot poorly from the field, and all he's supposed to do is shoot. And yeah, basically my point was going to be that the Pelicans don't need more shooting. They need players who can create, like Lonzo Ball, that they let go for free. And they also need shooters who will actually make shots, not shooters who will shoot shots.
Not players who shoot 38% from the field.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I don't get why they just let Lonzo walk. It seems to be exactly what they need.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't get Lowry or even like they were talk of Chris Paul, but like you didn't get either of those. So like pay Lonzo. That seems like an obvious move.
And the weirdest thing is when you have a restricted free agent, you have 3 days to match their contract. They immediately said they weren't going to match Lonzo. They just let him go. And then in the first 2 days of free agency, Kyle Lowry signed with a team. Goran Dragic said that he wanted to go to the Mavericks, and Chris Paul re-signed with his team. So why would you not bring it back? Why would you not at least think about it for at least 2 days?
Yeah, why don't you play the market? Like David Griffin is going to lose his job, and Zion is going to be out of there, dude. I feel so bad for Pelicans fans.
Zion's about to be the first rookie to not re-sign off of his rookie deal.
I know the Pistons need to start like sprinkling in some seeds. They got to have Cade go down there and Tampa or something.
Did they play? No, I was going to say, did he go to Monteverde by chance? But no.
No.
I don't know. We need Cade. Let's just put Cade everywhere. He's going to be like a traveling salesman for the Pistons after this year. Just keep recruiting players.
He's got to be like Samuel L. Jackson in like the first phase of the Marvel movies. Where he's just like, he pops up after games and he's like, hey, we're putting together a team.
Zion comes in after losing to Sacramento by 15. Cade's just in the hallway with his buffs on. Need a fresh start.
He's got a buff with one of the lens poked out, so it looks like an eye patch.
Got a good team in Detroit.
Yeah.
Has your name on it.
Yeah.
Poor Zion.
Poor Zion is correct. Anthony Davis wanted the hell out of there, and now Zion's going to want the hell out. So pretty funny stuff as far as the Pelicans. So that will wrap up our NBA free agency talk. I'm sure we'll have more to talk about as far as the NBA once we get closer to that season. But now we are transitioning into football season. By the time this episode comes out, it will be Thursday morning, meaning it is the day of the Hall of Fame game. A game that doesn't matter. It's a stupid game. I hardly pay attention to it. Maybe I'll watch like the first quarter or so, but still, I couldn't be more excited to know that Thursday will be the last Thursday for the rest of the year that we don't have football until Thursday Night Football ends. But it's just the last week that we don't have to not watch football. And I couldn't be happier. I just couldn't be happier. Like Sean and I talked about in our love-hate, the impending sadness of football season that comes. Right now, it's all joy. I'm at the highest high, and I couldn't be more excited.
We agreed not to discuss that part of it.
But Sean, tailgating, we're okay.
Tailgating, okay, we're good. I'm glad we went through that again because, yeah, I don't know. The Hall of Fame game is nothing but like a milestone that tells me football season is back. It's beautifully transitioning from NBA free agency right into football. And yeah, you can just feel it. I'm going to watch like 5 minutes of the game just to see, and maybe a couple plays. See the second stringers get in there. Maybe CD Lamb will make a nice catch. I don't know. There's really not much to see from it.
What time does it even start? Like, I don't even know.
Probably like 8.
All right, so I'll be like just getting off work when that happens. But yeah, I'm excited for football too. I'm very excited to see my San Francisco 49ers take on your Detroit Lions in the season opener.
Stop.
I can't wait for my San Francisco. You guys don't even know what winning is. We got 5 rings. I got a Joe Montana jersey. Fuck Tom Brady.
What the hell is this, Mike?
I knew it was going to happen.
Callie changed you, man. You're different.
He gets a little Cali sun on him. You forget it's the hard knocks life that all of us Detroit fans are living in.
Yeah. Don't forget your sadness, you bitch. Remember how sad you are.
That's crazy.
Oh, you want to root for a comparable franchise? Oh, a historic winning franchise.
5 rings, baby.
Yeah. Did you have Barry Sanders, the greatest running back ever, to win 1 playoff game? Didn't think so.
How about our greatest wide receiver ever? He didn't win any. So
yeah.
I think that's Jerry Rice fan.
I'm just joking. I love my Lions, but
yeah. I like how Lions fan base is just we drag each other down. We're all going down. Just come down with us.
Yeah, never get too high. Even though I just see a billion posts of Dan Campbell every single day, that had me so excited for him.
Hey, whoa. That's my love. We'll get into that later.
Is it the? Oh, okay. All right, never mind. I had something to add on that too, but my bad.
Easy
now. We'll wait.
Even though I just see Twitter and I say Detroit Lions. That's what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Mm-hmm.
We can get right into it if we want.
We could just get right into it.
The best of the best, our best category, our best segment, all of that stuff. So I guess we'll start with you, Sean. I guess I tried to spoil your love. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just a good introduction to Dan Campbell because, my God, I am head over heels in love with this man. First day of padded practice, and I was just scrolling through. I follow all the Lions reporters on Twitter, and every single one had a different tweet about this man and absurd things he was saying. Let me just read a couple off. Dan Campbell on the first day of padded practice. We see who can deliver punishment and who can take punishment. Now it's been Dan Campbell's coffee order: 2 Vendy shots of Pike Brew from Starbucks, plus 2 more shots each. And then Dan Campbell wants to see on the first day of pad. I want to see these guys compete. I want to see these guys get to the point where it's almost an all-out brawl, but there isn't one.
And there was one.
And then there was one. That's the point.
And then he said he liked it.
He did. Of course he liked it. This is all he wants to see. He wants to see bodies on the floor. He wants to see guys hitting each other. He's just pure electricity. The Lions may win 1 game this year, but all I know is it's going to be fun to watch. This team's going to be wild. We're going to be like the first scene of, what was the Adam Sandler movie where he's a convict?
Longest Yard.
Yeah, it's going to be the first scene of Longest Yard when they're going down the kickoff and they're just punching everyone and kicking the shit out of people. I feel like that's going to be all the Lions' offense and defense this year.
Yeah, that coffee order, I saw a tweet too. That coffee order is the equivalent of drinking 10 Red Bulls.
Fuck yeah.
In one sitting. 10 Red Bulls.
Oh, yeah. He's
going to have a heart attack on the field pretty soon.
I don't doubt it. That man screams walking heart attack.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not going to love this guy, man. He's just a ball of energy. He's doing down-ups with the team. He's getting hyped for everyone. Like, this is what the Lions needed. We've been kind of dead. We've had Jim Caldwell, Matt Patricia. Caldwell was decent, but they're kind of downers, low-energy guys. I don't know. It might not work out, but I'm going to love watching it.
Yeah, I just love to have a vision in my head of like our coach just being a total crackhead. Like, I could clearly see the Lions winning 1 game the entire season. And after that 1 win, Dan Campbell is going to the bar, doing a shot off of some tits and then doing a line of coke off somebody's ass. And I would say, hey, that's my coach. And I love him. And I don't even care that we went 1-16 this year.
There's going to be a party in the locker room after every win. I'll tell you that.
It might be like 2 parties.
It's nice though. He's also creating like buzz for the Lions. Like
I know, I
people
love
that
it. It's
never
so
tweet
great.
about the Lions or care about the Lions are starting to care about him because they're falling in love with this guy. So he just loves football. He's just a kid in a candy shop, but instead his candy shop is a football field and men hitting each other as hard as possible.
And then 10 Red Bulls.
Yeah. And he's basically coked out.
Yeah.
So moving on to my love for the week, I only have one, but my love is Michael.
Me?
Michael A. from The Bachelorette. Fuck you,
God.
Michael.
Hey, hold the
Bastrop.
fucking. Hey, I haven't even watched it yet, dude.
I'm not going to spoil anything. How far are you into it?
I haven't watched this week's episode.
Neither have I. I'm talking about from
Oh,
the
okay,
tell-all.
okay.
What a bunch of
Okay.
losers.
Okay.
My bad.
So
bad.
Michael A.
A's the one
walked
with
away
the-
from The Bachelorette to be
Yeah.
a good father, and it broke my heart. His story is that his wife of 16, or his girlfriend or his partner of 16 years died. He was a widow, and he fell in love with Katie, the Bachelorette, all over again. He pulled on everyone's heartstrings. The famous line of, "I'm just so glad that I can fall in love twice," literally broke me as a human being. And it was the sweetest, saddest thing I'd ever heard. And I just love him. I just watched the tell-all yesterday from a week ago, and watching him walk away, me thinking that he was probably going to be her selection, walking away, I was just heartbroken. I just think he's like probably the greatest person I'm never going to meet. And I wish nothing but the best for this man who I love only from watching through a TV screen.
It was heartbreaking. All right, that was a tough moment for everybody, Jacob. I'm with you there. If you need to talk about it, hit me up. Like, we can cry about it together. It was really sad.
I just think he's just a genuinely nice person. Just so kind.
This is the most transparent tell me you have a girlfriend without telling me you have a girlfriend segment of all time.
What do you mean?
You also have a girlfriend.
Yeah, what do you
watch The Bachelorette? Like, what are you afraid of? Are you gonna like it?
Yeah,
I'm afraid that she doesn't like, and I'm not exposed to this, and now I'm missing out, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, you are.
Elena does not watch.
All tough, but
Elena does not watch this show. I watch this show. Just me. I watch it.
Like,
she doesn't watch.
You watch it alone?
You watch it alone?
It's a tough time.
Get her into it?
Jake, what's going on? Are you okay?
We usually watch it together, but she's been living at home in Novi, so I've been forced to watch it like by myself as I finish out my last like 2 weeks of school. So we haven't been able to watch any of it together. But you know what? Michael A is enough love for me while my girlfriend is away, and I'm okay.
It's got a visual of you like curling up on the couch, with a nice glass of rosé, some chocolates,
balls deep in a pint of ice cream.
Breaking down when Michael A is leaving the show.
My life is good. It's fine. I watch the show alone, which is kind of sad saying it now. And maybe I drink 3-4 bottles of wine whenever I watch an episode. But hey, I'm okay.
If
right?
someone sees
sounds like it
3 a.m. tweet from Jake to Michael A, don't say anything. Just let him get it out.
No. Keep talking while I do find my tweet from last week about Michael A. I think at pretty close to like 3 a.m.
So I hit the nail on the head.
Jesus Christ, dude. All right, I regret. I would like it out in the open that I watch it with my girlfriend.
No, you know what? I didn't tweet it. I thought about tweeting it, or maybe I did.
Oh, maybe tonight's the night you actually tweeted.
That's tonight.
I do have to watch this week's episode, so maybe it is. I thought I tweeted that Michael A deserved better at like maybe 2 a.m. like a few days ago. Maybe it was a dream.
We should have a Bachelorette segment on this when the finale airs.
Yeah, good with me.
We can talk about it. We can chop it up, break it down.
Me.
Yeah, you can be a impartial third judge.
All right, I guess I have to binge watch the whole season. Twist my arm, guys.
Yeah. All right, can I do my love now?
Yeah, move on. I've had my time. I feel like I've been bullied for a couple.
You feel vindicated?
Yeah.
All right, my love is, this is going to be a hot take. My love is back to school shopping. This is the first year that I haven't had to do it in like 18 years. And I used to love it as a kid, actually. It used to get me all excited, but then I would have to go to school. Now I just get sales on stationery and pens, which is cool.
Yeah, it's got to be a weird moment, though.
It's super weird. It's really weird. Shut up, Jake. You watch The Bachelorette alone.
Yeah, liking back to school shopping is kind of a wild take, but
I know I'm a cop, but I liked it when I was a kid too.
When
I
you
don't
would
know.
set out like your favorite outfit, like this is my best outfit, I'm wearing it the first day. That was a mad middle school move.
Yeah,
Big
it would
one.
just be the same outfit that I wore every day because I had a uniform. But
Oh, I went
Mike
to a
picked out an
public
outfit
school.
for the year. Oh yeah, we talk about our St. Joe's days.
Mhm.
Old Catholic school.
Yeah,
My
that
God.
was that was just a quick love. Uh, who wants to go next? Who's up?
I'm going into hate now. Do you have more love, Jake?
I got one
No.
more. I got
Yeah,
one more love. If you want me to
let's
go
get the
real
loves out of the
quick.
way.
Oh, actually, one real quick. I got a love. It's a quick one. Just equestrian. Weirdly enough, I was watching
How
at the gym
high?
today. I just casually saw it. And those horses are flying, man. Like they're legitimately just flying off the ground. It would memorize me. Like I was just sitting there staring at the TV, no idea what was going on. Everyone was getting hype after every time they jumped over something. I didn't know who won or lost. But it was just sweet seeing these giant beasts majestically float through the air. I don't know. Equestrian.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about equestrian. I don't know what
I,
happened to me at the gym today. I think I zoned out for like 20 minutes just watching equestrian. It's a weird moment.
I
Okay.
just want to. I just wanted you to have a moment of silence after that.
Yeah, I needed that actually. I'm kind of still thinking about it.
Um,
Yeah,
I
I like a
Are you
question.
looking it
Horses
up?
are cool. The picture of Nikola Jokic riding behind a horse in like a little tiny carriage is funny. Horses are cool.
I think we forget how powerful they are. We
I
used to row
watched
this into battle.
I watched Tim Robinson's TV
oh
show on Netflix, and it's so funny.
oh
So
my
They
good.
had a
god, it's so
skit.
funny.
They had a skit about horses with penises the same size as humans, like tiny dick horses, and it was hysterical. I
That show
loved it.
is so goddamn funny. It's
Oh,
so funny. All right. Let me do let me do my love real quick. My love is pooping on the clock. I had some serious indigestion today, and I was in the bathroom quite a bit.
hell yeah.
And my office bathroom is fantastic. There's never anybody in it. I get it all to myself all the time. Great toilet paper, the air freshener Spring Meadow, which is my personal favorite. And I get paid like $18 an hour, and I made like $25 pooping today. So that's
Thank you
what I
for
call
hearing that.
passive income.
What is that like?
It's like an
Half an
hour
hour?
and some change. It's an
Oh,
hour and some change.
You were in there for a long haul.
Yeah, dude, I was hurting. It was a bad day.
I feel like that's one of those things where you're hurting for like 20 minutes, but kind of just stretch it out for the extra 40 because you don't want to go back to work.
Yeah, that
Which
is.
is a veteran move and one I admire and would
I'm a
do myself.
professional. I'm a professional. That's all I can say.
That's impressive. When I used to work for Dan Henry, the beer company, I used to use the bathroom at the end of my time at a store so that if I was at like 7:50, I could push it to 7:53, which means I got till 8 o'clock. So I was big braining with you, Mike. I'm all the way there using the bathroom to extend my time at work or to say I was there longer. Mwah. Beautiful move.
It feels good.
You got to
Feels
plan those
good.
bathroom breaks out efficiently when you're working because it's precious time. So you can't use it too much, can't use it too little. That'd be weird. Got to just do it nice and easy as long as possible.
15-minute
I think you
increments.
got to figure it out.
All right. That was my other love.
Okay, let's move on to the hate. So my hate isn't just moving out in general. Usually I think it's kind of fun. I liked moving apartment to apartment throughout college. It was fun to see the new place you're going to live. You get to see how your room is going to be set up and everything. It's awesome. I'm now transitioning into moving home back into my parents' house just because I'm a loser without a real job. Maybe that's the reason why I'm curled up in my bed at the end of the night. But I don't know where I'm going to put all my stuff. I have stuff at home that's my home stuff, and I have my school stuff, and now they're meeting. It's like moving in with somebody into a smaller apartment and then your own two individual apartments. And I don't know what to do. Yeah, sure, Julie and David are some cool roommates, but it's gonna suck. I'm not gonna like it. It's gonna be awful. I love my parents to death, but I'm gonna hate them after a month. I know I will.
Yeah. That I mean, to go off of yours, my hate was just being an adult in general because like I had to pay rent, I had to get my car fixed, I have to go to the DMV. Like it just stinks.
Not for me. I'm still in college, boys. Fifth year, baby. Can't relate to these issues that aren't coming ever.
I'm starting to only look forward to, like, after I move out to 17th, I'm starting to only look forward to weekends that Michigan State has home games so I can have an excuse to head to East Lansing. So basically, I'm just going to be like, oh, I can't wait for the third. Michigan State plays at 9:00. I get off at 8. It's going to be humdiddly awesome. And no, it's not going to be the same. I'm going to be sad. I know I'm going to be, but
yeah. And just like, I mean, just to think, like, you only have to do that though for like the entire rest of your life until you die. So
that's a nice thought.
This has gotten depressing.
I hate to get existential, but
I had a really tough day today, and this podcast kind of brought me around, and now it's kind of doing a complete 180. And now I'm back. I'm back being kind of sad.
Yep. All right.
Well, here's what you can do to make yourself feel better. You demand another room. You make that other room your college room. So you can live out your old college glory days in that room. But when it's time to be real life Jake and growing up Jake, you just go to your normal bedroom at home.
In my parents' house.
In your parents' house. But that one room isn't your parents' house. That's Jake's college dorm.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
I like this idea.
Yeah, you could get like a bunk
slowly
bed
descend into madness by doing this, but to loophole. So
I think from now on, for this segment, we need to switch the hate and then do with love, because life's getting way too adult for me sometimes. So maybe we start with the hate and end with the love. So maybe I feel a little bit better walking out of this. So I'm going to come up with a makeshift love to end this episode on. So Sean, do your hate. I got to think of something that I love that will.
I like that idea though. We do get a little negative at the end. Okay. This one's kind of an obvious one, but COVID, I hate it. It's making a comeback. They're coming out with new strains of it. It's like a goddamn weed dispensary. There's a new strain every other day. I don't know what's this with these fraternity-esque name too, like Lambda strain, Delta strain. Are they just going to keep building off of this? I don't understand what's going on. I see a new one every day. It's just bumming me out. And I don't know. I'm sad. I feel like it's coming back. I don't want to get all existential again, but
it's brave of you to come out against COVID.
You know what? I disagree. I don't like COVID.
I'll take a straight pro-vaccination stance. I don't care if it loses me listenership. I'll come out pro.
Too. I'm
welcome to the Moving Forward podcast. This is a pro-vax one.
Yeah, welcome to the Lib Cuck podcast. You fuckers, get vaccinated, you whores.
50 minutes in. Holy shit.
Please just get vaccinated. Like, my God.
But anyway, I want to go to another hate. This one's a little more lighthearted. Drinking when going out to dinner, because I'm noticing if I have one drink when I go out to dinner, I think I become like prime Jordan Belfort when I become the money. Like, I think I have that mindset. Like, I have more money than I have. Like, I just start buying everything. It makes no sense. I end up with a giant tab at the end of the night, and I'm confused by it, and I immediately sober up. But it's after I have like one or two drinks. They just lead to draining my pocket. So I did that on Friday. Monday, I went to Grand Rapids, went out dinner, had like one drink, and all of a sudden I'm ordering apps. I'm ordering additional sides, adding chicken to my pasta like a goddamn millionaire. But I don't know. I got to stop it.
Yeah, I'm also like, drinking itself is expensive too. And I'm to the point where, like, if I go out to eat, like, I'm not getting a drink. I'm not a child. You want me to get like a chocolate milk or something? Like, I have to get a beer or something.
That actually sounds pretty
good. Let me get a Shirley Temple. No, I know. It's a conundrum now. We've been forced into this. This is kind of with our theme right now. Adult life. We're just forced into getting drinks at dinner to look cool.
And all the drinks whenever you go out are unreasonably priced. How come this isn't a college bar? How come I'm paying for a fruity hoo-hoo drink that's $9 when I should be getting the strongest vodka double of my entire life for $9? That's what it should be.
Animal. You also could just start drinking beer and avoid all those problems, but
you know what, Sean? Let's stop making this shit on Jacob episode, okay?
I don't want to hear complaints about $9 cocktails. You would be lucky to find a beer for like less than $8 out here. It's terrible.
Well, nobody told you to move to the place that's sinking into the ocean. Nobody told you. Nobody. Okay. Never. Shit. All right. Okay.
Jake, think of a love, please. Quick.
I love going to the bar high. Shit. All right. I'll start. This is super funny. I'll tell the funny story. I don't care. So I had the funny idea. I'd never gone to the bar high. You know what? In my mind, in the United States, in the state of Michigan, marijuana is illegal. So my friend and I, we decided to take a couple edibles and go to the bar instead of drinking. You know what? I thought it'd be cheaper, and I was 100% right. So we go to a brand new graduate bar in East Lansing. It's a super nice hotel now, and it has this rooftop bar. And it's right around that point where you're starting to feel like something's happening. And I'm sitting there and I'm just starting to feel the chair and how soft it is. And I just kept thinking to myself, like, I am too baked to be in this nice place. And then I just started asking myself, how high do I look? And I'd look over at my friend and I'd look at him and he looks destroyed. And then I would go to somebody else and be like, do I look like him? And they'd be like, yes. And I'd be like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't be here. But it was super fun. And it made Rick's fun again. So you know what? I felt like I was reliving my youth in East Lansing. So you know what? That's my
Jake's
other
doing
love.
great, guys. Jake's doing real good.
Jake, if you need me, bro, just give me a text. Shoot me a text, bro.
Do I really sound
got
that?
you.
Do I really sound that sad?
No,
Oh,
you're
God.
fine.
No, that's a fun experience. It just makes me mad that we begged you for years to do that, and then now you're doing it.
Yeah, and now I don't even
Someone
get
else
high.
is doing
I
it.
missed my opportunity to get high with you.
That does sound like a fun time.
I
But we
had fun.
don't do drugs. If I
This
did.
is an anti-drug podcast, unless it's
Yeah,
a
you
COVID
got-
vaccine.
oh.
But I just came out pro. Oh no.
Oh,
Now
all
I'm
right. Well, never mind. This is a pro-drug podcast. Do all the drugs you can.
I think we
Yeah.
just talked ourselves into a circle here.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Well, this was kind of a weird episode of the Moving Forward podcast, but you know what? It just shows all sides of us. You know, we are all humans who have our ups and our downs, who maybe do eat half a gallon of ice cream while watching The Bachelor on Bachelorette on a Monday. But you know what? That's the highs and lows of life. As far as this podcast,
You're getting
you
to
can
know
watch
us a
it
little
on,
better.
yeah, you can watch us on YouTube at Loth11. You can also catch us anywhere where you find podcasts. Yeah, that's it for this episode. Anybody else have anything to say?
No, get vaccinated, I guess.
Let's share some episodes, retweet our stuff. Let's get some exposure going because
Yeah,
we're pumping out some gold.
yeah, we're
I'll say
pumping out gold, and I am publicly humiliating myself on a daily basis on a thing that will be on the internet forever. So I think that it at least deserves a like and a retweet. Until next time, we'll see you guys after the long weekend. Not a whole lot of sports going on, but I'm sure we'll find something to talk about. Until next time, peace.